Good evening, everyone. Stay close to the microphone. Okay. This one. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to see like a bunch of people here. I never expected I thought it would be most, even though Gabe said it's a hybrid event, I thought mostly people coming, joining in online. So it's nice to see all the spaces here. And I'd like to thank Gabe, Civic Tech Toronto, for having me here. It's a great pleasure. So let's dive in. So right now, it's made a short presentation. So it's all about, I know everyone is aware. So it's all about improving the existing TTC best info display. So just go through the agenda today. So initially, just speak about So I'll just start with an introduction about me, and then I will go through the inspiration behind redesigning the existing TTC best info display. And then I will dive through the key parts in my case study. And then after that, be open for questions, I guess. So I'm I was an engineer a while ago, and I later transitioned to UX design. I was really passionate about the visual design part and also the psychology, the behavioral science behind people, why do the people do this kind of stuff, why do they do, how's the behavior affected by the interface. I've been in the industry for around 5 years now, and currently I'm working as a freelance UX consultant. And the reason why I'm here is mainly because of the case study, the TTC info display. So everything got out of my hand when Blog2 shared my case study in their website. So a lot of people reached out to me. I received a lot of feedback from what I created. So it was indeed very helpful to help me iterate on what I have already done. And I also managed to create another case study, which is also based on a virtual queue management system. It's currently, this queue management system is currently in place in City of Toronto Service Counter. So I also did a small case study on that, which you can find on my website as well. So the inspiration was that I am a regular TTC commuter. So every now and then I used to see the screen every day I go, I used to see the same screen every day. And one day I missed a stop, assuming that I pressed the stop request button in the bus. But apparently I expected that stop button was for the current stop. And actually I got confused because the stop request button, the stop request text in the screen won't always stay up in the screen. It will rotate to another information like the stop name and the TTC employee ID. So I couldn't even make sure that the particular stop I pressed, the stop name is assured. So I missed the stop and I had to get down at the next stop. So then I had also issues with understanding why they put the stop request information as a sliding information rather than a static one. So I had a little conversation with other fellow travelers, commuters as well. So some of them also shared the same feedback with me. They also have had issues with the stop request feature. So that's when I just started to play around with the existing existing interface. And I thought I can do something, maybe just play around with the layout and see how I can improve the way people interpret the information in the display. So I know is there anyone who is not familiar? I guess everyone is familiar. Is there anyone who is not familiar with the interface here? Okay. So just going back in time. So initially we had the image which displayed as labeled as 1 is the first digital information display. as per the research I have done on the internet, I don't know if there was there anything else other than this one. So they just had this stop request like a light, and there wasn't any other displays along with that, just displaying the stop name, only the stop request button. So there will be a voice in the there will be a voice in the background which says the stop name, and if the passenger want to request a stop, they will press the button and the light will lit on. So that way the passenger get affirmed that the bus will stop in the next stop. So later they introduced an additional display, which you can see in the number 2 one. So that also has an additional display with the stop name in it. And like also they have the employee number as well as the stop, the time, and all other information, which keeps on like fading and like moving, like sliding on. And so I think the second one which is shown here is also been concurrently used with the recently new LCD display as well. So I'll just play a short video, which is like a preview of like an animation which I made on Figma on how the existing stop request feature works. In the audio.
Next.
So like you can see, so once you press the stop request button, there is a slight delay in the actual display displaying the confirming that the stop request is processed. And also the stop request thing, the text uh, will fade and another information will replace it. So a person who missed that particular moment might not even know that someone has actually requested that stop. So that might cause a confusion. So this was the initial reason why I started doing the reworking on the existing display. Uh, so so then I try to like move around the stuff uh, and try to make it more meaningful. I don't know if like I was successful or not. So in this one, we have like I just try to put the both of them as side by side to just compare it. So on the second one, we have the stop request button, which is like placed on one particular portion, which will be static. All that whenever someone requests a stop, and that button will come like that, text would come there and it would stay there forever. So that won't be replaced by any other information. And also I highlighted, added like few more information, like the connecting routes on every stop, uh, as well as uh, the date and the operator ID is also like maintained static on the right side top. And I also made sure that the text is legible. So I had to make it bold and increase the type font size, just to ensure that like everyone can read it and understand it clearly. And here's another video. So the second feature I try to rework was on the announcement feature. So okay, yeah. So what I did on the redesign screen was that just adding an extra layer about the existing display so that the announcement transcript will be staying there as a static one. And also I added a pictogram beside the text so that like people can easily interpret what the text says rather than going through the entire text. And also it will be easy to read a static text than a moving text in a moving bus. And so as you can see, like about 50% of the space which the existing display uh, is taken up by the TTC logo and the welcome about text and also like a box, black box. I don't know what it means. So I thought like we could have something there that would provide some value to the computers. Uh, so there is the opportunity of adding like TTC service alerts, or even they can place AdWords there to like for more revenue. Uh, so in the meantime, like all this information doesn't cover up the existing information. Like for example, the stop request button is always still visible. So the AdWords or the service alerts won't get replaced, won't replace the existing stop request button. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything, I guess. Uh, so if you guys have got any questions, I'm happy to have questions or comments. I'm happy to answer.
Let's see if we have any questions online first. Online folks.
So far, we don't have any questions online, Daniel.
All right. Any questions in the room? Yes, we have one question.
Just for context, I think I've seen somebody took a picture about the blank space on the screen. I think it was supposed to show some sort of CCTV footage on it, like the bus cam or something, but I've never seen it in real life. But my question is, since you have gathered so much media attention and whatnot, did you receive any like communications from TTC or something more official that can get your idea closer to realization?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So like I'm not the first one who is redesigning the TTC info display. If you just check, like search Google, there are like a couple of other people. So the only thing is that I got featured in blog 2. That's why I got this much visibility. I don't know if you guys are aware, like there is a advocacy TTC advocacy group called ttcriders.ca. So they were the one, like I just once I finished the case study, I just sent them this one, like, do you want to have a look at this, or do you want to share it with someone? And they were like really helpful, and they shared with a bunch of people, and that's how I got featured in blog 2. And like they also shared in their Twitter handle, and like a couple of counselors, or like were like they came to know that there is something done on this thing, and they told like they will look into it. And it's been 2 months now. I don't know, like, and also I reached out to my local counselor, I think Jennifer. I think she's the deputy mayor, and the office scheduled a meeting, and I think a virtual meeting. I think it's about to happen tomorrow regarding the TTC. Yeah. So yeah, that's, and also a developer reached out to me and say like, can I work on this? Like he's planning to code this the entire prototype into a code, like make it like a software thing or something. Yeah, give a thumbs up, and yeah, so far that was.
There was a question online if the old displays can be used for this new design. Do you have any information on that?
Like I'm not sure like what kind of tech stack they use on the existing display, but I'm not also really sure like all this information can be processed on the existing technology which they use as of now, because like I have had the connecting route information service alerts. So I don't know the existing display is capable enough to process all the information. That like only the tech people might know. Like this is just a prototype. Like I haven't considered the constraints, like what are the tech constraints they have, like in having displaying all this extra information.
Pretty similar with the like previous question. How did you consider accessibility between our screen and TTC screen, like for color contrast, for font size, for text type? Like, did you consider about this one as well? What is your opinion about it?
Right. So, all the contrast very good in like the text very small existing. Like really difficult people. So I increase the I change the that can most important information, like the second, like the upcoming stops, the next upcoming and the stop after that. So maybe like if like, because the thing is that this is just a prototype, I have to test it with the real people and to get the real feedback. So maybe we have to remove one more stop so that we can even increase the size so that all of the text is like easily readable. Yeah.
All right. Any other questions?
All right, you go first.
My question.
It's like the TTC line, you're in first.
My question is kind of like small. It's not that big of a question, but you know how you have like the green pop-up for the white safety line thing?
Mhm.
Is that going to be like temporary and then go up, or is that going to be at all times in front of it? Yeah.
Go up and
Thank you. I'm also a transit nerd, so I really appreciate it. Just a few, just sharing because I've been a transit nerd. One thing that may be useful or interesting is about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Windows Metro came out, which is their new design language. It's actually called, it's based on the Seattle signage system for the Seattle Public Transit. And 10, 15 years ago, you can read there was tons of stuff that was published on why they did it, the space of the fonts, like every little thing, accessibility, like tons of stuff. So if that's, I just wanted to share that if you're looking for, because it's hard to find a lot of transit related, you know, usability, accessibility stuff.
Yeah.
And having worked on kiosks, I can understand it.
Yeah.
At my subway stop, it takes like in the summertime, if you have the sun hits it, you can't even read the glass, which is lots of things. That was one too. Interesting enough, in the summertime, I was taking the subway downtown, and there was a guy carrying some TTC paraphernalia, and we were chatting. We're talking about accessibility and a whole bunch of things. And then afterwards, you know, I was getting off at the same stop downtown. Asked him, hey, how come you know we're so interested? He goes, I'm actually Jamal Myers. I'm the new TTC chair. And we were chatting about UX. He goes, that's what I do UX. He goes, oh, you know what? He was very interested. He's like, we need more of this sort of thing. And, you know, but he was very open to these things. So I wanted to share that to say, hey, there's folks around that, you know, kind of thinking about this as well. And hopefully we'll get a chance to, everyone will get a chance to share with our great new vision. So I just wanted to be encouraging as well.
Thank you so much.
How should we search for the Seattle sign? Because I just made a quick search, but it was like wall art type of like related things. What is the best way to search for this source?
One, get a time machine so that lets Google results from 10 years ago. Nope. Okay. The last, I don't know how to find it. I don't know how to find it. I probably have some, you know, just get me on Slack because I probably have it in some drive somewhere. So I'm rock on Slack.
Okay, now.
Happy to share. No one ever asked.
We have a question back there. Ben.
I was wondering, do you have a favorite like next stop display from another transit system?
Okay. Or you mean like from based on the
Not the TTC.
I like, you know, I searched through the internet, like I found I think it's in Japan or something. I found something like which was a little bit more readable and understandable. And I took references from like almost all TTC screens which was available on the net. And yeah, the Japanese one screen, the Japanese one was the one which catch my eye. Yeah.
Any questions online?
I don't know. I think we've covered the questions that were online. If I'm wrong, please speak up.
Q in the chat.
So this is
Oh, we
possible,
got
like,
someone. Oops, sorry. John wants to ask a question.
1 second, we're gonna come back.
Wait, anything to I will feel it.
Okay.
So this is possible to add a pixel icon like on the screen. So I know like why output us. So they have it like, for example, like pixel is like 4 minutes away, like 6 minutes away, so something like that. So this is possible to add that display.
Oh yeah. So I think that I skipped that part. So based on like very limited user research I have done, what the people suggested was that like the existing display the TTC they have this estimated time for the upcoming stops, but like they don't have the data there. They just kept some like just like a placeholder. So there you can see the estimate there, but they don't really have the data there. But like based on the research, what I came to know was that like, this is just hop on, hop off buses. Like if it was a go bus, like which will take like, the distance and the time which take between two stops will be very large. So these stops like would be like very closer, like it would take like 1 or 2 minutes, and hardly like 5 or like the first and the third stop would be like 5 or 4 minutes apart. So they said like they don't feel that is like more relevant in like a city bus like that, which has like hop on and hop off. Like just people can just hop on and just get off like in another stop, which is like 2 or 3 minutes away. So they told like it would be better if you can utilize that space for something that's more useful, like the service alerts or other information, or maybe enlarge the text so that they can see what's actually in the existing display.
Sorry, who said that's not important? Next arrival.
No, like so no, I only conducted like limited user research. Like I interviewed like a couple of commuters. So what they told, like already they have this estimate information in the existing display, but they don't have the data there. Like they don't display the time on the existing one. So what they said that like for their regular commuters who are used to traveling the bus, they don't like they know like how long it's gonna take from this stop to next stop. They've been traveling the same route for a long time, so they would consider having some other feature, or like maybe increasing the text size or adding service alerts. That would be more relevant than having the estimate time on a city bus.
Let's turn back to John's question. John had a question online.
Yeah, I do. Do we know if the TTC's hardware for all of this provides for Bluetooth? Because it seems to me that with Bluetooth, it would be possible to put together an API that would work with a wayfinding smartphone app, which could significantly increase which could do things like announcements and work together with a wayfinding, so that you could predict, for example, when connection stops are coming up. Does anybody know if TTC equipment allows for Bluetooth, or is it just something that, well, next fleet of buses maybe we'll get it?
Like I have no idea like what the tech stack of the existing info display is. So
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Maybe one last question from the room.
I'm not sure how to do this, but as a speaker on the TTC, I've always dreamed of being able to like request a stop that's many more ahead. Like instead of having to wait until, especially because the stops are so quick.
Yeah.
Of being able to be like, I would love to request like 1 that's in 20 stops.
Yeah.
Pass out. Or just not having to alert. I know that's like harder to display, but then you can come to your mind if there's like how one would be able to do that. Like
Yeah. Like I usually used to do the same thing. I also used to sleep in the bus. So what solution I would suggest is that, I don't know if you guys are aware, like there's an app called City Mapper. So you can just set the destination on that app. Like if you're taking a particular bus, just set the destination and just slide the phone in your pocket. So as soon as you are close to the destination, the phone would vibrate. Yeah, just and so that you're aware that you're about to get off. Yeah. City Mapper. Yeah, no.
All right, amazing. Let's thank our speaker again. Thank you very much.